ready. This is White Mountains Today.
And welcome back to White Mountains Today, and so pleased to have these two folks here. Keli Ray Ryan from Spice and Grain over in Freiburg. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You guys have the coolest shop. Sorry. I just have to come out and say that because we did a tour of that and I was like, I say this all the time, if I'm going to get stuck in a shop, I'm choosing your shop because you really do run the gamut of great foods, house stuff. You have pet stuff if you need it. The grains, of course, the dried goods.
Personal care?
Yeah, I was going to say the personal care section as well. How do you guys pick what goes into your shop? I mean, you have so much in there, but you must have to say, no, I can't have that, just space limited. How do you squeeze so much in there?
Well, it is really challenging, but we just we put a lot of thought into it. We really comb through the different producers and have to make some decisions. And you're right, sometimes we can't bring in everything, but we listen to our customers as well. A lot of customers will ask us to carry things, so we weigh it out. We always special order for customers, so we will definitely can always get them what they need. But sometimes they'll bring us a product and we'll look at it and say, wow, thanks for bringing this to our attention. I think we really like this line. We'll bring in the whole line.
Nice.
You know?
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you really do listen to the customers and the people that are coming in and be like, I need this for my skin or for my diet or something like that. And they can come talk to you guys. I mean, that's what we were doing before the cameras turned back on, is you bring me stuff all the time that I've never heard of. You know, some of this cleansing stuff and as well as the bath and body stuff. So where do you want to begin? It's springtime. Do you want to begin with the inner cleansing?
Well, it feels
That's
like
funny.
spring. It's not quite
I know.
spring yet. But
Well, they say the
coming.
fierce cold front's coming back. 44 overnight. We have to bundle up, start at the wood stove again. But do you want to start in this section?
Sure. So we're looking at cleansing inside and out, because spring kind of generates that. Over the winter, we get a little grumpy. We don't get our greens. And
Just over the winter.
Yeah. Well, especially you're kind of closed in. You know,
Lack
it's
of sunlight.
lack of sunlight, recycled air, a lot of holiday indulgences.
Right.
We just got through Valentine's Day, which means a lot of chocolate usually. So it's time to start looking at cleansing. There's different ways you can do. There's the detox, which we've talked about before. You can use teas and capsules. There's many different ways what's comfortable for you, and also what you know that you're going to do. If you're not a tea drinker, probably not a good idea to do teas. If you don't make smoothies, then go with a capsule.
Now this, as far as cleansing, I know a lot of people have just recently gotten through this plague of flu that we've had and stuff like that. When is a good time to think about recovering from that and then cleansing? Because I imagine you don't want to tackle both at the same time.
No, that's a good point. You know, everybody's composition is a little bit different, so you really have to listen to your body, and you know, when you start to get some strength back, your appetite, etc., comes back. I think it's a very good idea to do this monthly.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and to different degrees. Like in the fall and the spring, when the seasons are changing, you know, you'd probably want to attack it a little more. So, like maybe do a 3-day or 30-day cleanse or a 3-day fast or something like that. In the winter and the summer, when the extremes are the heat or the colder extremes, and you're really kind of keeping the fort down, maybe you just do it a little lighter. Like I used to fast one day a month.
Wow.
At least. I mean,
I get so grumpy when do you get used to it, or do you stay grumpy for that one day and then it gets better?
No, you have to build up to a little bit, you know.
I'm like, maybe we should ask Ray about this.
I fast. I like to eat. So. I did when I was younger, but I haven't in years. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So you do one day, but your body gets used to it.
Yeah. You go down towards it. Like the 2 or 3 days beforehand, you eat lighter and lighter and lighter. Then you fast, and then you build up again.
Okay, great. Is this something that you can incorporate into a
because
fast, or is it something you drink
the
every day?
aloe drink, the green drinks. It's just you know, the heavy substances and the sugars and the carbohydrates.
The sugar, like the bad sugars. That's where I go wrong.
Yeah.
And it's in everything. Like, and I try to stick to regular sugar and not do, you know, the weird substitutes and stuff like that sometimes. But stevia, is that have they still said that that's a relatively safe one to do, or?
Well, I guess it depends on the form it comes in. It's actually a plant, you know. I mean, I used to use it as a tea sweetener, but it's a leaf. You brew it like a tea. Now that they've ground it up. I mean, we sell stevia in bulk too. Okay. It actually kind of almost looks like this clay. Oh. But it's green. This isn't it. This is But we in our bulk section. This is an example of the jar, and we actually have stevia in a jar that you could just try. You know, like a spoonful, and see if it's something you'd like to do.
All right. So let's go from internal to more external. And you were just holding a clay. Yep. Would that be something that would play a part? Actually, you want me to Vanna that for you? Well, you can hand it right over. Or do you want to start?
Well, we start off with the cleansing, using a really good cleaning soap. I really love Bronner's. They're tried and true.
My UNH days at Bronner's all the way.
Yeah, and there's a lot of Castile soaps out now, and it's really nice because it's super concentrated. You just need a few drops. So this bottle would go a long, long way. So it's very cost effective.
We used to brush our teeth with that, and now they have toothpaste now, Bronner's, and it's really good.
Is it good? Is it non-fluoride and all that stuff? Or nice. Yep. Nice.
And exfoliating is a good thing to do. There's many products out there that you can use, but you can also use like what you have in your kitchen. I recently was talking to a girl that you take a tomato and a little cornmeal and sprinkle it on the tomato and use that as a scrub.
On your face?
Yep, and you let it dry, and it actually gets rid of a lot of the oils on your face, and then you just rinse with cool water.
Really?
So there's a lot of like little things, and we sell tomatoes, and we sell cornmeal, and it's very inexpensive, and that's something to do with the end of the tomato that you're going to throw in the trash anyway.
Right, or the one that's just passed that you don't want to eat.
And eggs, and there's a bunch of different things you can use. But clay is another really good thing. I have a few forms. There's like a little grab and go, like if you wanted to just try it, or we actually sell clays in bulk that you would mix it just as a paste, put it on your face, let it dry, and that's really pulls toxins out, and it's helps with oils. And then you want to go and hydrate your face. So we have some great local products. You might recognize these guys.
Is this from Jen?
This is from Jen. Yep.
Nice.
Our Garden Dreams. We've got the starry eyes and the beautiful skin. And this is
very popular product.
Very popular. This is Gaia's Herbals. She's in Freiburg, and she does all her own wild crafting as well. Two really great producers right in our own backyard. And this is a new product we just brought in. It's not local, but it's unique. And it's made with tallow, which is rendered beef fat. Huh. And that's very old school.
Right. So and what is it? Is it greasy, or how is it?
I did bring a little sample stick for you. If you would like to try a little bit.
Yeah, I'll try.
This one is called Almost Unscented.
Almost Unscented. And is it almost unscented?
Yeah, but it does have a bit of a tallow.
It's almost, that smells like tallow?
Well,
I was expecting like beefy, but that's almost like a coconut to me. Oops, sorry.
If you get the unscented one, you can actually, you can smell the tallow, but I will say after like a minute, not even, it dissipates. And the idea about the tallow is that it's an animal product, and it reacts, because we're animals, so it reacts on a molecular level closer to our
natural body.
Yeah.
Huh. And I imagine that at some point in our history that we were rubbing beef tallow
all over ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. So, for those folks that are into paleo and all that stuff, this would fit that.
Yeah, so it's a unique product. So this is about taking care of the outside, and then I wanted to also share that we have, nourishing aspect of the early spring. Like, we really need our greens, and nothing's really growing. And I know a lot of our customers are like, oh, when is spinach coming? And so sprouting is a really good way to get your greens. And we have jars, we have kits. I didn't bring the big kit.
Now, what do you do with the jar? What do you...
So you and then we have the lids we sell separately if you have your own jars, which a lot of people do. This one comes with a little packet. You put your seeds in. What you can choose if you want the big crunchy, like a lentil mix, or if you want the little alfalfa. You rinse them and then drain it. That's what the top's for. Put it in a dark place. And then 2 or 3 times a day, you just do that. And after 2 or 3 days, this thing's going to be filled with sprouts.
Really?
And then you could just pop them out. It's like this endless sprout. You wouldn't believe how many sprouts you can get out of this jar.
And you just replenish it with the seeds after you eat what the jar has produced?
Or you can keep it consecutive, take all the sprouts out, put it in a container, and then while you're eating that one, the next batch is growing.
In the dark?
Yeah.
That just doesn't make,
Yeah,
it doesn't compute.
Well, for certain seeds, like alfalfa, the last day you'd put it in the sun so it gets a little chlorophyll going.
And they taste good?
Oh, yeah.
Huh. Well, that's very cool.
And
I've never even heard of that.
It's very expensive, I mean,
yeah.
Instead of getting the little containers that go bad and you
too.
throw them away, you could just do it. You don't have to do such a big jar. Actually, we have a really big jar.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. So a couple days and you're ready to eat some sprouts?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that satisfies the need for green.
All right.
Which is kind of the theme.
Ooh, I see what you did there.
And do you want married to a musician?
Right, exactly. And do you want to end on the sprout bag there?
Yeah, that's another
Is that the same
form. It's
deal?
the same kind of concept. It's
all right. Well, great.
Yeah.
So let's talk about hours of operation, where they can find you guys. Ray, do you want to tackle this? Since you made the trip, we're going to...
We're open every day, 8 to 6, except for Sundays when we're open 10 to 3.
Okay, so 8 to 6 and then 10 to 3 on Sundays. All right, wonderful. And you guys also have a great little coffee nook area. And you have, of course, the, do you still have the bookshelves there for people to swap books and stuff? It's a great place to stop by. And it's one of my favorite places to go when I go over to Freiburg. It's only 15 minutes, maybe, from North Conway proper. So thank you so much. Did we catch everything that you guys wanted to cover?
Yeah, looks that way.
All right, great. Well, it's awesome to see you as always. And folks, you can find Spice and Grain as you're driving into Freiburg Village. You see the monument. You're going to take that right, and then there are a couple doors up on the right. So it's an easy way to find you guys.